Hey, amazing ladies. Hope you are having a fantastic start to this week. I am joining you live to talk about our iBloom Planner verse of the week. Now, you don't need the iBloom Planner to follow along, but I know many of you have it, love it. This is our iBloom Planner. We're currently sold out of the spiral bound version, and we won't have any available until the 2019 version, which will go on pre-order in early September. More information coming about that, but you can get the printable version of this, and it's at iBloomPlanner.com. You can get access to the printable version. So let's dive into the verse. You ready? All right, and by the way, I missed the last couple of weeks because things were a little crazy. So 2 weeks ago, my little boy had a really bad ear infection and actually ruptured his eardrum. And then last week, on the night that I was planning on doing our video, I managed to drop something on my toe that broke my toe and created this horrible, horrible wound. So that's why there haven't been videos the last couple weeks. So sorry about that, but I'm back now and so happy. All right, so Galatians, that's where our verse is today. And what I love about the iBloom Planner, there's so many things I love, but I love the scripture up in the top corner every week. And I would encourage you to have this scripture at the forefront of your mind. It's in your planner if you're using it. And every week, we don't want it to become white noise. We want it to be something that we're really focusing on. And this week's verse gives us a lot to focus on. So you ready? All right. And by the way, as you're joining, tell me where you're joining from. So give a shout out where you are joining us from tonight. Or if you're watching the recording to this, I would love to know as well. All right. So it's Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. It says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance," or patience in other versions, "kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." Now, if you are like me, you might know the song that goes along with this. And I didn't grow up in church, but when I became a Christian in high school, I got introduced to the song that goes with this. And I'll save your ears because I'm not the best singer. But some of my kids from Sunday school back then could sing the song to you, probably still now, because we practiced that song. In fact, when I was in high school, I led a camp for girls in my area. It was kind of an underprivileged area, and they couldn't afford to go to camp, so I brought camp to them, and we focused on these verses. And I will tell you, God did something radical in me as I did that. So first of all, anytime that a Bible verse starts with but or therefore, it's really important that you go back and look at what was before that. So if you would go look up Galatians chapter 5, you would see that just before this verse, it's telling us all the things that we don't want to do. And you can go look that up if you want. But it's saying all the things that we don't want to do. But then it's saying, okay, but the fruit. So we know that an apple tree, it bears fruit. And it comes in the form of this apple that is delicious and we get to eat. But we see the fruit of that tree. Now, there's a lot of stuff related to that tree that we don't see. The roots. We don't see what's going on in the midst of the tree. And it takes a while for it to bear fruit. And the same thing is true in our lives. Once we have become a follower of Jesus, God gives us some supernatural things, but also He has to cultivate these things in us. We have to start to bear fruit. And so I love these reminders. The love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And one of the things that I would encourage you to do is to, one, ask God to show you which of these words, which of these attributes are the one thing that you need to work on right now. So maybe it's love. And so if you identify, okay, I need to do a better job of loving Maybe it's loving God. Maybe it's loving others. Maybe it's loving yourself. I want to encourage you this week to really spend some time digging into that word, looking up what it really means, and identifying an action plan for how you'll live into it. Maybe it's patience. Maybe you kind of checked out. One of the things I love about the original word of that patience or forbearance is that you are committed and you are constant. And so maybe that's where you need to focus. Maybe you're not feeling very committed right now or very constant. And so you're going to focus there. And so this week, I'm going to challenge you as you're looking through the fruit of the Spirit words, a couple of things. One, identify the word that you need to focus on. And two, ask God to show you how you can better live into that particular word or that particular attribute. We've got some powerful stuff in this verse, and I don't want you to miss it. Let me say it one more time. If you are a follower of God, we should start to see this fruit in our lives. Those of us who claim to follow Jesus, we should be showing love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. All right, so this week, you're going to identify that one word, that one attribute, and you may say, okay, I need to work on all of these. Just choose one. Ask God to show you which one you should focus on, and then ask Him to show you how you can live into that. All right, I'm excited. I'm excited to dive into this. I'm going to do the same thing. And if you need some guidance, or maybe you're not really sure where to start, or maybe you don't know Jesus, you're not a follower of Jesus just yet, I would encourage you to just send me a private message here on our Facebook page. Or if you're watching this from your news feed, go to the iBloom Facebook page and send me a private message with your question or your challenge or your prayer request. And I would love to be able to support you. All right. I hope you have an awesome week. Bye-bye.